Oh, we're in draft. Oh, we are in draft. Talk to me. Talk to me. TF ban, Poppy ban. Okay, TF out for G2. Not too bad. I really want to see Talia Prio and Ari Prio. I want to see G2 either trade or ban one or have an answer to the other. Because if you watch BLG first pick Talia and Knight plays it, okay, Talia ban, nice. Nice. Now I'm wondering Pantheon Ari. I don't know if you would first pick Ari. Wukong ban, that champ is strong. Facts. So there's Pantheon, Xin Zhao Vi. There's Ari, Annie, Silas. There's Rumble, Gwen. Annie first pick, really? Okay, Annie first pick. Caps did play it. Utility mid. So I think the good thing about this Wukong ban is it does stop like Annie, Vi, Annie, Wukong, Rumble. Something like that happening, right? G2's answer to that naturally would be Galio. I think Pantheon, Xin Zhao are the junglers that'll be traded unless Vi is high prio. I think G2 probably Pantheon Ari is their best bet. What else counters Annie? You could do Pantheon Galio early if Galio's good into it.
This is the other one that we were
Pantheon,
talking
nice.
about, though.
I think Ari's good. I think Galio Flex is good.
Really high. That is also
Jax,
a very
not
good
going to do
skew
Jax,
on
no way.
champ. So
Oriana's good in lane, but I think the champ itself is just too stale, too immobile, too fucking stuck. Aurora. Caps Aurora. Caps Aurora. So here comes Xin Zhao Rumble. Very likely, and it'll get answered by Galio. This is where the Wukong ban comes in. I think they're smart. G2 is saying we don't play Rumble. BLG does play Rumble. It's likely they'll pick it. And if we remove Wukong from the Rumble comp, it makes the Rumble comp less strong. If they had Wukong here, I think their comp would be a lot stronger. Now, G2's answer here is Galio or it's Ornn. These are the two responses to Rumble naturally. And then I guess it's just AD drops, right? Why don't they ban Rumble? Because they can play into it. Rumble's nerfed, but they're making the Rumble comp weaker so they can play into it. So they're going to go for the Ornn. Alright, now here comes bot lane Prio. Big bot lane Prio. You're looking at Zyra Khans, you're looking at Kalista lanes, you're looking at Lucian Namis, you're looking at Ezreals. Depends what they ban. Okay, Kalista ban is solid. Jhin is very good in BLG's comp. I really like Jhin with Rumble Annie. I feel like that shit is strong. It gives a lot more pick. I think BLG need like a Nautilus or like an Alistar. Brown ban, okay. Alistar is pretty strong, yeah. Xayah ban. That screams Kai'Sa plus Naut/Alistar. Xayah ban kind of screams Kai'Sa a bit. So what could happen is Kai'Sa, Jhin, Naut, Rel. Something like that might happen. Depending on their last ban, they could remove the Kai'Sa. And then I think the G2 maybe takes an Ezreal on 4, but it's not really a Hansama pick, so maybe they just take a Jhin. I think Hansama Ezreal, I mean, Ezreal's really good in their comp, or they can just pick Jhin and deny it. You can't blind Draven, chat. They'll play like Ashe or some shit. Yeah, Ezreal's good. Now I think it's probably Jhin plus Naut or Rel or Alistar, and then they'll just match support. And that's basically what happened. They don't give Elk Ezreal. Yeah, Elk Ezreal was frying at MSI last time. Lucian Nami? Lucian Nami? Ooh, MF Alistar? MF Alistar? Leona on 5 for G2. Wow, a lot of fighting. A lot of fighting. A lot of fighting. Alright, let's lock in. You fans lock in, NA fans lock in, hate watchers lock in, love watchers lock in. Big fighting. G2 really needs to be ready to respond. They've got really good mid-wave contest. They've got Aurora ult, Ornn ults, they've got Leona ults, Pantheon ults. They got a lot of mid-wave fighting, and they got 2 immobile carries. Can they punish them? I kind of like what G2 has here. I kind of like it. Double AP solo laners against an Ornn. He can hold side lanes. They just need to not lose the lanes that hard. And when I say the lanes, I mean top. When I say top, I mean BB. Don't forget to subscribe. Winner goes to group stage. Loser plays against, spoiler alert, Gam.
Going for lots of bot lane dives. Not this time around, though.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to see Xin too early on.
It's lethal tempo Ezreal, and it's stacking up. Oh, nice trading from G2 bot lane. Hey! Oh, hey, really nice trading from G2 bot lane. That's a volume increase. Nice bot lane, nice. Double the CS already. Let's go, Hansen Labrov, baby. Another Q in his face.
I think BLG playing with here to use that main.
Not gonna lie, I do not know the Aurora any matchup.
Love that it's mirrored
Baby,
so
I just need
perfectly.
you to just go as even as possible.
Oh,
we're swapping. No, we're not swapping. Yes, we are swapping.
Like this. He hits 6, is now Broken Blade kicking things off. Brittle proc there. Movement speed.
Ornn base and TP bot. Junglers full clearing.
Taking his time. And despite the fact that
BB.
both of these junglers can gank early,
BB.
seems like they're pretty content to power clear. Both champions want to roam, but Knight might be looking for a little bit more.
No flash mid!
Blinking Elbar. No, Knight slow. They're both still standing. There's a fight in the river in the meantime, but I
no flash mid!
Keeping my eyes on the mid lane 1v1. Because it's been who finds.
What happened to Pantheon?
Bin's hand carry damage early on.
He stole the crab.
A look at it here.
Skewmond overconfident in that 1v1, wasn't ready for Bin to be there, so
just 2 and out, 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 2 and out. Just don't play scared, boys. Don't play scared. Just lock in.
Because again, he still has no flash. Mid lane,
no flash, Knight. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me.
Locked up, locked down. Tipper's on the way in, but not doing a hell of a lot.
Boom!
Knight.
There it is.
Taken out by the weirding, and that's
there
what
it
we
is.
talked about.
Caps has TP, no. Drake's not started yet, though. No flash on Bean, by the way. No flash on Bean. Give the Drake. Give it. I don't want the Drake anyway. In the bush. Hands on. Oh, Lebrov, no flash. He's just
what he chooses to go for here. I imagine it will be. Is going to be pretty solid as we see the engage on the bottom side. Lebrov stepping a bit too far, but he does manage to find
no cleanse. It's not bad.
Sidestep from Elk means he's A-OK on body.
I mean, they will get Rumble TP for this play. Rumble overstayed bot. Everyone shut the fuck up. Bean, no flash.
See if they
okay,
can
Bin flashes up now.
Perfect combination, or if G2 will
TP
be able
mid
to
by
spread
Knight.
it.
Caps has TP advantage, but he might have to base and TP back to lane.
Need to see.
Oh, he's gonna lose
the
cannon.
other thing I have to call out is performance from him in this game today, especially when he's the one who got those early kills.
Riot Games,
hello. Trouble. Flash forced out. Bin on the way in. He's blown the horn. Bin's respecting
oh, he leveled up.
It. But Broken Blade is in dire straits.
Oh, Bin has aggro.
Continues though. He might be
baby!
the
1-for-1.
Even
so
with
good,
the
BB.
max HP nerf to Rumble,
oh my god, the level up.
Roast on through.
The level up is clutch.
This Caedrel, Rooker, and Ornn absolutely melted.
Fight continuing on the bottom side though. Quick bit of lockup, but no
talk to me.
follow-up.
No flash, base one. Nice Q, Handsommer.
Using the unbreakable well. Now the retreat going in.
Oh my god!
It's just been locked up. It's a beautiful combo. Knight and Elk.
4-man.
Killing a death blow.
Oh, Dracos. That is the juicy combo that you're looking for.
In the headbutt pulls.
It's another G2 screenshot.
This is so massive.
We can't stop. Fair play is happening.
And BB solo killed.
To react to the previous play.
Oh, he dodged it. G2 just need to level up the aura a bit. Get the pace going. Always beginner artist GG bin fed. I mean, I don't really want this Herald personally. You can have it, so you can have that too. That top tower. You can have that. You can have feats of strength too. We get the bot tower. We get Drake.
A lot of time
you can have topside vision too. Now BLG is gonna play on bot tier 1. Okay, G2 is gonna look for top tier 1.
Alongside that Pantheon, as you highlighted.
Trade for bot tier 1, but they do have Herald.
Wave, and G2 might try to catch Elk. They see an angle, but
oh my god, that MF is so cocky.
Lockup from Lebrov is there. Pantheon now coming in as well. Elk is already cleansed, but he's still been stunned. Pantheon is going to force the flash. Call. This is the combo. Broken Blade sniping with the ult, but it's Knight looking for the follow-up. Waiting out the Aegis Assault for Skewmond, but he knows he doesn't have an angle anymore on, though. Maybe the one instant use of the Unbreakable Will and a quick retreat from the side of BLG. G2 are keeping the pressure up. Oh man!
Watch out for any flash.
Very cocky.
I
really wanted to use that move speed, but under tower actually, Broken Blade starts to take a couple
no flash
shots. Does flash.
No TP, sorry.
Decent amount of ticks here. Broken Blade might be in trouble. Where is he going? Herald on the way in, so he didn't want to walk into River. Broken Blade slowly being burnt down. Beishwan
is that guy in thing?
Lane into 3 members of G2, and he is unconcerned. The Herald will not finish the tower.
G2 get top tier 1 though, right? Right, Caps, right? You didn't TP in for a reason, right? Herald's gone, top tier 1 died, mid tier 1's low. G2's trading pretty well, just the game is hard. No sums on MF is big.
Caps out here on the Aurora.
Beishwan finding initial
out.
knockup. Caps
out of there. Outie.
Forced to use the ulti.
Absolutely outie.
Kansama slowed. Engage on Hansama now moving back. Elk slow.
Turn it.
Briefly,
Can we turn it?
From Broken Blade. Like
Can we turn it?
Everybody's invited
Nice!
to the party.
Look, MF, no sums! You have
Where's the
anything?
Bob coming from G2. They don't quite have the cooldowns, and now G2 trying to finish off this mid lane tower.
Big play.
Just now resetting.
Wait, that guy no flash. Oh my god, yes.
There it is, G2, the global
Drake in 30
coming
seconds.
in big. G2 cut
Yeah, I don't know why he's
down.
flash comboing Ezreal, but
Credit to G2 for finding
keep
those
it up.
opportunities for late.
But I don't know if they can
BLG
fight this Drake
definitely
G2.
comes
I think
up.
if Sinzao hits
G2,
his
they
W on
get their
Ezreal, the
reset
flash
off.
makes
Caps
sense,
is
so it might look a
recalling
bit
at
silly,
the
but
moment.
you know.
So he will be delayed.
The Ornn being on cooldown is a
the other
bit
big thing to track.
concerning.
We're progressively
That
starting
Ornn
the
ult being on
objective. They will
cooldown
be
is...
favored in terms of overall
What the
ultis, but
fuck?
Base one is going in. On with
Are
the
we
initial
killing or what?
knockup. Again, BLG don't really
Oh
have
my
to be
god, Knight
concerned
has
about
flashed
counter-engage
T-Ba.
here because they know the
Oh,
major
big
cooldowns
Ezreal ult.
are not available. BLG debating.
Ornn ult's
We
coming
know
up
what
soon.
happens if On can find that.
Nice, we are
Here,
good position
towards
here.
mid
Really
lane,
good
trying to
patience
soften
by
them up
G2.
Before the fight, before the commitment.
Yep. Good use of the buffer on the arcane shift as well. Knows that he can play forward and doesn't have to be too concerned as long as he has that crucial cooldown. Caps ready to go over the wall if needed, goes invisible. Not quite clear where he's going.
Caps
Ulti
is
gonna try to
ulting.
escape, but the knockup is good. Weirding
Oh,
back
nice.
into the wall will take him out. Beishwan incredibly low.
Nice Caps, nice, nice.
Is
He
he
trunked
willing to
Beishwan,
risk
it's
the
actually fine.
50-50?
Beishwan can't 50-50 it now.
0.7.
Beautiful.
Quick Drake picked up by the side of G2.
Two Drakes to G2.
BLG turning back to the midway.
Are you gonna fucking...
G2 have position on Otacon.
No.
Yep, they very dangerous.
Good
and precarious
patience
position-
by
precarious
G2.
position.
Good patience.
When you are facing that level of
Good
wombo
fighting.
that BLG have, you got to be very careful.
I feel
about
like- I think
shredding your own
Hansama-
resistances on an
Great
objective.
game so far by
You
Hansama.
heard about the Otacon curse.
I know he's 0, 1, and 2, but his... The way he's
BLG
playing
finding
on
it.
mid waves
Hello,
is
can
really
the magic
important.
resist?
He's not giving them full mid push. He's
think we get to
poking
0.
them.
I
He's
think we
being
gotta
annoying.
get to 0.
The magic
He's making the game
resist
frustrating
limbo.
for BLG.
Yeah,
He's like a
it's,
mosquito on these mid waves. So BLG keeps trying to jump on him,
the top side of the map.
but he keeps the perfect
Don't have much
distance.
coverage, already pushing
He's doing
into
really well in
mid
these
wave.
mid
One of the
waves.
advantages of the Ezreal, that extra range that ulti means you usually can get mid wave.
Otherwise, if they had
first.
full mid push and
And
Hansama
remember
just
the
gave
extra
it...
tools that G2 have.
Ulti.
the long
No
range.
flash, Annie.
Knight immediately
Okay.
flashing out. Doesn't want to risk anything. He knows if he gets caught, it probably is
Not
Otacon
bad.
for G2.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
I mean, that regardless.
And now
is
we
such
catch bots,
crazy
right?
Good value. Doesn't
Nice,
have the
Ezreal will
real
check
one.
the Otacon.
So G2
They're on
very
it.
significant. Problem is, BLG runs through this thing very, very quickly. It looks like
Oh, it's
Otacon
gone.
here
It's gone.
going down.
BLG know that if they give G2 the chance to reset, that they won't
G2
have that
overplayed
crucial
in top.
cooldown, so
They
they're
stayed way
demanding
too
that
long.
G2 come to them. They're demanding for the fight, but they don't have the angle. Oh no! From the bush, he finds the knockup. He only locks the few. G2 now trying to retreat. LeBrob on the way out, standing next to the wall, looking to find the lockdown. Hansama.
Oh my
trying to
god,
lay
just
down a
like
little
that,
bit more
G2's
focused
game
fire,
just
but
got a bit
BLG
cooked.
get the objective.
Good.
They're
They went
so
over there
quick.
instantly.
They're
They
so
burn it
fucking
down
quick.
on hiding
They
in
went
the
from
tri
losing
rush,
any
able to
flash
get
on mid
over,
to
get the
insta-starting
engage, pick
Otacon.
off LeBron. G2 made
It's okay.
this
It's not the end of the
year.
world.
So nice pickup there from BLG.
Like,
I
think
mean,
about it,
getting
right?
the Otacon.
Let's
They
take into account the
have
Otacon.
24 empowered flowers.
Beishwan is a
with
level
giving
down on
extra
Skewmont.
experience, as
Caps
well as
is like a
adaptive force.
tiny bit behind.
Gonna be so
Hansama's
nice.
even.
Any extra adaptive
Bin
force
and
when you have
BB
this
is
much
pretty
burst
BB
damage?
favorite.
Yeah.
And the Brov's down a
If their
level.
setup is good, it does
So in
just
terms of
feel like a
XP, it's
DPS
not that
check.
bad.
They are certainly passing the check now.
The
as
Otacon doesn't matter as much. A
observers
little
seem
bit
to highlight
more
here.
adaptive force,
Just a few
not that
seconds
much.
away.
It's the
BLG
Otacon
on
explosion
specifically has
passive
moved
that's
in to lay
important, I
down
guess.
just enough vision while the rest of his
But in
team
terms of XP, they're
resets.
fine.
Although G2 are
Game
a
is
bit
still
ahead of the
fine,
play
really
for
fine.
now.
Find another
The
pick,
Ornn
you
upgrades
know.
are coming in. You love to see it.
Either
Gimme,
way,
gimme.
they could just set
Each
a vision
Ornn upgrade
and
is
then
1k
be the
gold.
ones-
But as long as they're grouped as 5, they're just walking into a 5v5 at the end
What
of
is
the day.
LeBrob
Most
doing?
is LeBrob. Once again, caught out. Good lockup on the Knight. CC there.
He's
Taking the AD before he can open. Knight
kind of
takes the
smurfing,
AD.
actually.
On in the
Oh, that's a big one from Caps.
Beautiful ulti across the
Oh my
team.
god,
Lock
just
him
carried
down,
the
but
whole
he's
fight.
still able to full chain on the ulti. That shouldn't be allowed, but Caps can't get close enough to finish the job, and now it's Broken Blade falling
On an Elk just
as
carried the
well.
whole fight.
3 down on the side of G2 and BLG. They're ready for a Baron.
Yep, that's going to be Baron for sure. Caps pops the blast cone. I don't know what shenanigans he could pull out here.
This one's fast. W flash, wind becomes lightning. They were already
over.
pretty much guaranteed to get the
What is
objective.
LeBrob
They're
doing on
happy
that
to have
mid
Caps
wave?
as
Oh
well.
my
Yeah,
god.
they'll take the game, even
He
when the
salvaged
goal
it a
still
bit
favored
by
BLG, but the
CCing Annie.
blindside fight,
They're waiting
the
for
force
Knight
on
to
the
spawn.
Otacon into that mid lane play.
But it's such a
BLG.
it's such a random fight. I don't like it. I like it
Taking
when
account
we're on
now
mid wave and
massive
Ornn
lead
can just
for
ult the first
themselves,
target.
nearly
This is so
5,000 in their favor.
To respawn, to grab the Baron, to all get the buff. But here's another look at it. So they're focused on Knight down here. They do blow him up, but as you said, he
G2
got
just
the timbers
group into
off,
3
and
men
there you
again.
go, another huge
monstrous
wombo
Alistar combo.
in the back. Alistar combo.
Monstrous
Elk gets
MF
a channel
combo.
On the backside.
Wow,
Even
insane
at
turn from the bot lane
33%
and
health,
BLG.
Doesn't matter.
Is Alvaro over on going to be the new Mickey X over Keria?
Didn't even already on the way.
I mean, some things to take away from G2 already
normal
for this
MF,
game.
But the last ult was scary before.
They need to really go into next game.
Part of the equation.
Yeah.
It's only getting
And
more
be
scary.
very
One
careful
more
of their
combo
tempo.
Like that from BLG, and this game is over.
I feel like BLG is so good at using tempo.
Okay.
It's crazy.
You just constantly get
Also,
pushed
these
in due to the
random
nature
fights
of Baron
getting
and
caught.
giant lead here from
G2 don't have that edge anymore. Every single brush could be a death sentence. Could be the end of game 1 for G2. Playing under so much pressure here. Zon gets the fight started. Perhaps over eagerly, though. He's too low on health already before the fight breaks out. Unbreakable well, keeping him standing, but he's been sniped.
Died.
Locked up, taken down by the bot lane duo, and it's
Beishwan
Beishwan
has no flash.
who's running. Pantheon going in. Has he overcommitted? Beishwan locked up. Skewmon taking a bit more
Okay.
time. Waits on the Aegis Assault. The minions in the base, though, demand a bit more attention. Knight can't just
You
TP.
said FlyQuest
G2
would
can't
beat
afford to
BLG.
push any further.
really good punish from G2 on
Guys, I
ulted
appreciate
so
it.
late
On's
there.
playing
Came
me
up
well,
for
and
his
you're like
combo,
flaming the
and
tier
then
list
gets
and shit like
chunked
that.
down
But
so
they're
low by
against
the time
G2
he
and
ults.
Gam, yeah?
It
Like,
doesn't
I
matter.
will
They
praise
snipe
On
him
like
out,
fuck,
they send the
obviously,
ultis
but let's
there.
see what happens in group
G2
stage.
defend.
Because the turret is
Bro,
actually
G2
finished.
Gam, Furia, they're all
They wait a
fucking...
few minutes. If they hold, they can get the inhibitor back. They can
They're
get
all
the turret
fucking...
back.
Yeah.
They kill off
Wrong.
A Murmon,
If
you need a
it
super
shows up and
Murmon.
he
It's not
plays
that. You gotta
really
go
well
way
against
a higher caliber
the
blue spear.
the group stage teams, then
Or is
I
it
will sit here and apologize. I will just see what I say. I won't bullshit.
double. I don't know what the
And he's
actual
smurfing
name
right
is.
now.
Furfur does a play by
Well,
play,
G2
also
got
released,
kills, but it
because
doesn't...
every time they reworked items, I was like, oh, this
Does it
is
really
another
matter?
hour of
It's not
homework.
like
Yeah, I was like,
BLG
they're
is
so
losing
obscure.
something, you know? G2 got a
I
bit
don't
of
think
gold,
anyone
but
except for Ornmans knows
it's
what
not like they
are, so
lost
Kobe, you can do
flashes
whatever
or
you
they're
want them to do
down,
now.
whatever.
You can
It's
just make the name up.
And like
it's
TFT
just 2
players
kills
too.
and that's it.
TFT players.
On still has flash. Beishwan has flash up now.
BLG here me.
Caps
base.
level 16 is
Topside
big.
tower still very push up mid lane.
Hansama's pretty
They
strong.
go up exactly
He
as
needs
before.
Cyrildas.
Elk is walking.
Recognizing the push is
G2
already come out
needs
for
some
BLG,
kind
knows
of
that they have to
snap
reset, try to use
one-shot
this
onto
brief
Knight
window of
or Elk.
opportunity to
They need
reclaim
like
some
an
control
Ornn
over
ult,
the
Leona
map,
ult
so they
into
don't just have
Aurora
to
burst
immediately
onto one of the
concede the Baron.
carries somehow. And then they
Skewmon
kind of
has
have a
his Guardian
chance.
Angel.
But I'm really scared of that
Positioning, then
Rumble.
you can go. We just got full
Hans
5
looks
on
quite
5.
strong though, you know?
Mid lane Dracos.
Broken Blade.
The meta
Checking
is
the
crazy,
position.
isn't it? Aram into Drake, Aram into
Catch
Drake,
someone
Aram
out.
into Drake. Every team so far.
The BLG again. The
Nice
flash
poke
is there
hands.
for
Play
Knight.
it, play it.
G2
Get
have
that
to be
confidence,
so
baby. Get that
careful.
confidence.
Based on what we've seen so far, all signs indicate probably he will. But G2 will look to stop it. Initial engage comes in from On. Caps.
Hansama.
Not able to find the flank.
He's hitting a lot of Qs here.
Ult is critical for team fights.
But look at the
G2
base,
getting that
base,
ult
base,
out
base,
is
base. G2
massive.
base.
Ulti now. They're going to try to force the fight. Lock up on
Oh my god, it's good!
Ulti connects onto the 80 carry.
Skewmon, get the E off! Oh, Caps flashed into a Timbers!
But Elk is still standing.
Yes, GA though! Oh, Caps kills Knight!
But he holds on
Bin
a
kills
little longer. There's
Caps!
space for him to
Help Hansama!
go.
Help Hansama! Help Hansama! Help Hansama! Bergman kill out! The Nexus towers are dying! The Nexus towers are dying! The Nexus towers are dying!
They do it. G2.
Get in the Baron!
Down. I mean,
Baron!
engaged.
But the Nexus towers are respawning all the time!
Wait.
Wait, are we
Can't
playing
see
for
the
an
help
end?
on the turret.
What?
Back,
No,
back.
no, you can't end, can you?
And crucial.
Mid and hit maybe?
BLG, one more good fight probably wins them 2K gold
Wait.
difference. 20 seconds.
20?
Yeah. Inside
No,
the base,
no, right? No.
On. What can he do now?
Guys?
Low health bars.
No ulti.
Guys,
for
it's
him.
15
He
seconds!
can't even get to that
Your
wave.
damage is
There's a wave
shit!
unanswered in bot lane. If G2 lose this
Guys, stop
instant
it!
TP and the game is over in favor of BLG. On, locked up. Alistair trying to clear. One tower down, but G2's eyes are set on
No,
the
no,
prize.
no, I don't think it's gonna work! I don't know if it's gonna work!
And it might
Come on!
be a single-
I don't know if it's gonna work! Ow!
Single moment. Skewmon, Broken Blade. They're trying to finish the GA. He doesn't have it. There's no way. The flash. It's not enough. Caps is already.
What is that bullshit?
They're teleporting.
What is that bullshit?
He has to end.
What are we doing?
Caps has to
What are we
do it.
doing? Why don't we just win the game with the Baron?
Here they come.
What did you just do to Baron?
BLG solo laners, Knight and Bin.
What is
versus
that?
Caps. All of these players are MSI champions. Knight on JDG, Bin on RG, Caps on G2.
Sorry, boys, this is personal. The rest of you set up for an objective. Caps goes for the ulti. Bin goes golden, buys a bit more time. Bear taking that health so damn low. Tower still standing, but Bin's already gone
Wait.
one.
Leprov's up.
10 seconds on Hans, 15 on Broken Blade. Bin wants to finish.
Stop the rumble, stop
He's
the
not
rumble.
waiting any longer. Lockdown there. Minions not going to do enough. Knight and Bin back to finish the game.
What is that?
Get it done.
Okay, I'm expecting a Talia first pick. I don't think giving Knight Talia is a good thing. They first pick Vi with Poppy Ben. Well, they're gonna take Talia and they're gonna take. I don't know what they're gonna take with Talia, but they're definitely gonna take Talia. So I'm guessing G2 is going to take Ahri into Talia.
One against
Why not
Game, where you
Azir?
started the
Azir
ball
Vi
behind a
sounds
little
kind of
bit.
mid. I
Knight
think he will go
really
Ahri.
came on.
Skarner.
Yeah,
Yeah, makes sense.
What does that play say?
I'm thinking Vi, Ahri plus, I don't know, what would BB pick? Ambessa? Don't really like it. What would they pick? Vi, Ahri with what? What's a good top laner? Ambessa. Yeah, okay. I mean, Bin hasn't played that much Jax this year, but it's a good pick.
Lock in your top lane option now, or we'll
It's a
ban
good
it
pick.
away.
Alright,
Taking a more
G2
conservative
need an
match, but
AD
what I'll say is
carry
we have a
that
nice
can
front line
kill
here. We have
tanks.
good setup on BLG.
I'm talking like a Kai'Sa,
Maybe
maybe like a Xayah-ish, a Jinx, something that can... Some kind of Kai'Sa, Jinx... Okay, they banned Kai'Sa. Ooh, I'm a bit scared of them getting Xayah Rakan. I think maybe you have to ban Xayah. Maybe Xayah Brown ban? Renata ban. Yeah, I see it. They could play like Kalista Renata. Oof, this could be a Hans Sama Kog'Maw game. Jhin ban? Oof, they're picking Varus on 4. Do you give them Varus? Could play... Oof, are you gonna give them Varus? They ban Rel. I see what they're doing, like Naut gets a little counted by Rel, so they're forcing, do you take Naut or Varus? But they will take Varus. And if you take Naut, they could play Varus, Braum, Sion. I think G2 might need to slam a Xayah Rakan. But that walks into Nautilus. They could go for like a Zeri Lulu, but that walks into Nautilus, and if they take Nautilus, they walk into Braum, so they're kind of cooked here. Draven is not happening. Sivir, Nico, oh my god, don't go Sivir Nico, they'll go Karma on 5 with Sion Skarner, oh my god. Oh my... Oof, I don't like what they've done for bot lane here. Wow. What they did for bot lane bans and bot lane picks here, I'm not a fan. I think they should have just banned the Varus on 4 and just played.
Definitely a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, it's winnable for G2 if Jax gets like really far ahead, but
definitely can
I don't even think that's going to win the game. This will be hard.
Ooh,
Bit of poke onto G2. Ooh, I don't know about this bot matchup. I feel like the biggest thing for me from G2 was bot was winning really hard in the first game. Don't want to play it? Really?
A lot of sustain in this lane. You can see
Oh my god, Varus has TP as well. This lane is going to be a horror.
G2
I do think BLG's comp...
They met up in best of series.
There is a very, very likely world where they just don't have damage. Like, if Vi Ahri can connect on Varus with TP and just one-shot him, they are relying so heavily on base damage. But then I'm looking at their champs and I'm also like, well, G2 needs damage to kill their champs, which is going to be... They're going to need 3 items at least to get through some of these. Like, the Sion Skarner, Sivir needs fucking 3 items, 4 items to get through that. Anyway, bot lane needs to get through lane phase first before we start talking Caps
times at early levels. Caps though gets caught by the flick. A good charm to follow. Knight relatively out of mana, but he might not need it. One more.
Knight has flash, guys. He has flash. We're swapping again. Labrov on Nico. Oh yeah, E flash.
Skewmont and Labrov because that
into Q flash.
Knight
into
flash, perfect from Skewmont. He spent his time at
yes,
tool.
yes, big kill. That is such a big kill.
But it's just too late. Is he going to give his life
a
nice fault breaker? Good follow-up damage.
Yes! Come on, baby!
To grab another.
And we got the swap off. And we got the swap off. The Sivir is laning versus Sion. That's perfect. Okay, come on. EU fans, get some energy. Stay awake. This is it. And now they break the bot freeze. Now the bot freeze is broken. And Varus is stuck on the tower. And Sion has no TP. And Sivir is farming for free. And... this won't work, this roam. Right?
Obnoxious that's...
Oh my god, we went in.
Works. On. A little bit of damage down. Labrov in trouble.
Why are we fighting here?
Hits, but it doesn't knock him into the unraveled earth. Keep your eyes on that arrow coming in from Elk.
Not bad, not bad. We're outie, we're outie, we're outie. Push mid. We lose Drake. It's all good. We get to the early game. This is big. This is big. Talia loses a wave. Caps is back in the game. Now they need to swap. And now G2 need to be ready to base and swap back. to mismatch.
Knight gonna have to get back.
Yes. Varus is TPing the dragon. You can push top.
Smite from objective is
My CV is getting strong as fuck, but my Jax is down in XP a lot. I mean, BB's down in CS and levels, but Caedrel is farming.
those waves
I mean,
the TP as well.
they're losing a lot of minions on both side lanes.
Yeah, and it's just painful.
A lot of
for
minions are
both
being
side
bled.
lanes and struggling in
Knight
it.
no
And on
flash
these
though.
rotations,
In mid lane.
I'm
We need to
sniffing
see
a
what
level
it looks
6
like when we
Vi.
get closer
Skewmon's
to
just
level
taking
6
top
where you
camps
can
big.
really start to out.
So we lose
Knight
Drake, we lose Skewmon, and we lose
grabbing
Grubs.
the
Fantastic.
Kill. Caps comes over to mess with the Grubs.
Play bottom lane. Hansama ulting.
Nice
above,
route.
Likely to fall. Kill finish. Feet of Warfare as Elk grabs that one. Base one.
Oh, we get Grubs. We get Grubs. We get 2 Grubs. Hey,
Even
2
without
Grubs.
a jungler in the area, as Base one's just,
Not that
just
bad.
a bit over-eager.
Bottom lane, more and more of the poke does hit, and Elk, he flashes in.
Oh,
even
nice
though he
movement,
missed
but...
Yeah, even though the ult gets juked, it doesn't
Okay,
matter
double
'cause the
flashes
damage they
spot.
have there else used them.
Caps
They
is in a
both
good
flashed,
spot.
and they,
Skewmon's in still a good spot.
healed for,
Hansama's XP bar is
See if they
good.
can continue.
and there's no
G2 have a
subs
really good
for,
timing now.
BLG bottom lane.
They have
Like this
Ahri
Varus
mid push.
should be
She's
a
got good
target.
items to
Varus and
be
Karma down here, though,
skirmishing.
have done such a
Vi
good
is
job
strong.
constantly hitting their
She
poke,
has level
constantly having that
6.
pressure,
There's no
so
flashes in
let's
bot.
see where this Vi Ahri does go.
Can they
Both
find the
ultimates
play in bot?
available. No harm, no
BB's getting a
foul,
bit
nobody
slammed
dead,
in this lane.
in the aftermath.
All good, all good, all
So
good,
once
all
again,
good.
Jungle
Oh, look the Vi, look the Vi, look the
moving
Vi.
up to try and
Big
get
play.
mid-lane vision.
Yes, no flash. Give the kill to Hans
There,
now.
lock down onto Elk, and this is the problem with
Yes!
the Varus. As
Yes,
good
that's
as he
all we need.
looked for the
And Caps
game
lives
up
the mid
until
play.
now.
Hansama can get his item. He gets his first item.
Still is a long way ahead of the dragon.
We have no
so it's
vials
just
for Drake.
that
Maybe it
gold
should.
right
Maybe it's
now.
up actually in time.
But we'll see what happens now with the
When does
dragon
Jax start beating
spawning,
Sion?
Because those cooldowns
I mean, one
are
day.
going to be quite meaningful. Yeah.
Yeah, and Caps doesn't have Malignance completed. As we see, the lockup is there. Looks like easy pickings on
Sundered Sky. Sundered Sky. Big play by Skewmont. He got Sundered Sky on all of them.
Sundered Sky is
Oh, big charm on tonight.
Labrav is ready.
Yes, Hansama. No flash on corner.
Fortunately, doesn't. It's G2.
Drifting.
Just ready to throw rock on his
What
head.
is going on in
And
top?
the meantime, it's been
Broken Blade's
breaking
dead. No, it's Nico.
towers.
I'm losing my top tier one. 1v1.
Okay, so they did.
Broken Blade's getting attacked by a fly.
Point. You
Yeah,
can
BB
guarantee
did get
the
kind of
enemy
fucked
team
this
has to
game
come
from the
to
swap
you,
to save
and we
Hansama.
know how
But
good
both
this
these
BLG
side
team
lanes are getting
composition
blasted.
is when you get that
top lane matchup. The top lane
Look at
matchup was
Skewmont
gonna
here.
be big, even though it's not on our screen at the moment. The
Look at how many Sundered Sky procs.
So here's a look
1,
at them trying to
2,
punish,
3.
Skewmont
Flash out.
afterwards,
Oh my
after the
god.
previous play. He barely does get out, does not tick down to the Scorpion passive.
It was
Hans, how are we dead? How are we dead? How are we dead? How are we dead? How are we dead?
Hansama is dead.
Was?
Elkin on, despite
How?
us leaving the lane phase, are still fighting.
And they're like, yep,
We're
gonna
getting
get him
caught.
again.
We're getting
They
caught everywhere.
Keep this of caps, and they're gonna go for the dive.
Waiting for
Nice
the
timing.
angle. Labrav
Beautiful, beautiful.
freezes
Skewmon and
the
Caps
ult.
and
He
Abrov
knows
have been
exactly
finding
what
these
Knight
plays.
has to try and do to
They've been
escape, so
finding
in the end,
such
it's just a
critical
clean
plays
dive,
to
a
keep the
nice
game stable.
side lane pick.
Yep, he's got his plated
Jax
steel
kills there.
caps, broken blade.
We have given
With,
every
Jax
objective
being-
apart from 2
Being a
grubs.
bit behind here, but does have his training force at least.
Skewmon finding Knight, 1-2, waiting as long as he can for the ulti. Of course, doesn't have the cooldown this time around, but Caps does have an ulti.
Oh,
Fishing
Caps.
for the charm. Knight, a casual
Oh my-
sidestep, the heal, forced to come out, and it's not enough. Caps. Calculation. Well, they did not do the math correctly.
Yep.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, another person dies. The game does not stop.
And it's Hansama.
What?
Hansama taken down, and again, watch his top laner
How did
fall.
Hansama get caught on
BLG,
mid-wave
not only
twice?
are they taking towers, they're
Now
finding
Jax
these
gets
side lane
caught
picks
and then
now.
Ahri
the map's
misplay
getting
bot
smaller
and-
smaller for G2 Esports.
I mean,
will say I really like this
BLG is
adaptation coming in from BLG. You know,
I
you
kind of
have
expected
generally
BLG to
stronger
3-0
lanes when you
G2,
pick
but the
something like
manner
the
at which
Karma
we're
Bars. You
losing is
added
just
their
kind of
TP to
like,
the picture
it's
just to make sure
frustrating.
that
At least last
G2
game it
never
felt
gets
like
to
we
be
could group
comfortable.
mid a
You can
bit,
always be ahead of
fight a
tempo
bit,
'cause you have that extra
skill
TP,
check them a bit.
and it's just
And this feels like we're just collapsing
Yeah.
everywhere.
And as the
I mean, the
Dragons
draft is hard,
continue
I
to
think, from
stack,
bot lane.
we have to
So they
see
have to swap,
when
and when they
G2
swap,
are
BB
really
gets
gonna
fucked,
fully
and then both
throw
sides are
down
losing,
here.
and then it's only
Number
Caps and
3
Skewmont who can
looks
hold the game
very
with
dark
Labrov's
here,
roams,
so
and then they
this
misplay
might not
bot
be
and the game's over.
time, just-
It's sole
Yeah.
point to
I
BLG.
think for
BLG
Top
solo
was pushed in
laners
all game, bot was
have
pushed in
their
all game, and
double
mid got
item
solo
power
killed. Lanes
spikes.
were
Meanwhile,
fucking
not
rough.
a single-
Oh yes, no
Knight.
flash, no ult.
moving bottom lane. This time the charm connects. Knight doesn't have to quite have time
We're TPing
to
bot.
use anything else, and will immediately ult out as on flashes. Okay. Base one's running now too. Broken Blade, they're gonna stun him. What the heck is this sequence of play? Base one is gonna die.
Okay,
BLG, then they find a kill back. I'm sorry. What?
okay.
Weaknesses of BLG in a single game. When they are on the same page, they are unstoppable. Right now, they seem to be on the same page. Broken Blade, unhappy about this sequence as The slow is there, as is the decimating smash.
This is a tough watch,
end,
man.
If we take all that played together, it's a 2-for-1.
BLG are making some good picks, but I feel like we're just dying to everything. We're just dying to air. But BLG is playing pretty well on sides to make these picks.
Will get the better of it.
And you can see that
where's the stability in the game? There feels like there's no stability at all. Get caught mid tower dies. Get caught bot tower dies. Get caught top tower dies. Oi oi oi. Ah man, I mean, kinda expected BLG to 3-0 G2. G2's form right now is not good. I mean, you can see it. G2 need a lot more time to fix their form, and they do not have it. So.
For the Otacon G2 trade.
Why are you saying cope? Chat, I even said G2's gonna get 3-0'd. I just blindly faith Europe, right?
That can 1v1 bin right now. Maybe Broken Blade with, 10 minutes, but lockdown there. Beishwan locked up. Good pick.
Not bad. 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 G2 used a lot for that pick though.
But Bin now on
and
the way
Drake's
down.
up in 2 minutes.
Good news is they have the clone to give them that little bit of
feels like everything BLG gets translates into something, but everything G2 gets doesn't really translate into much.
Still 2 minutes to flash, so
BLG isn't playing well. I think BLG is playing pretty solid. I definitely think they were gifted a couple things, but I think BLG's play is you can't really fault them too much.
That's the critical thing.
Yeah.
When teams
are
fishing for a lot
game
of
one you can fault a little bit of their positioning in fights, but this game I don't think you can criticize them too hard.
Definitely critical not to blow yourself going to die.
Their jungler is hinting.
The little bit of gold to win
I guess he is hinting a little bit. He's getting a bit caught, but it doesn't matter. Their bot lane and top lane are just completely gapping the whole game through lane. I guess you could argue that BLG winning the game through lane phase on both sides. Knight's getting perma-caught and so is Beishwan, and they're still winning. Will that translate against better teams? Probably not. But, yeah. I mean, they just did their job right. They have winning sides in draft and they won their lanes. And they made lots of good picks.
I think definitely is going to be painful because the sustain wait.
LeBron flashback from
that Varus will actually hit.
On him in the meantime, Bin now ready to follow. Decimating smash a little bit out of range, but the seismic shove makes everything okay. BLG, Beishwan now here. Knight continuing to chase. The follow-up damage as the arrows find their target. G2 once again forced back. 17 seconds to the soul, and they've already lost
Ocean Soul for BLG.
Great counter from BLG.
G2 don't really have anything now. Oof, this game hurts a lot. This game hurts a lot. Yeah, I think Ocean Soul is GG, sadly. They're too tanky. They're just too tanky. This is the second day in a row that it might be 5 games into 3-0. Is this the weakest Eastern team? I mean, yeah, but if you phrase it like that, it makes it sound like they're boosted. They're not boosted. It's just Gen GT1, AL, BLG. So, yeah, there's an argument that they're probably the weakest Eastern team, but when you say weakest Eastern team, it makes them sound bad. They're not bad. If it was like Worlds with 4 teams from each region, you could say, yeah, they're probably weak. But this is top 2 from both LCK and LPL. I just think G2 is in a very weak state. I just don't see any stability in G2's games, man. It just feels like the game is just spiraling from the get-go. I mean, Hansama did say in his interview we need to work on getting on the same page, snowballing leads, being too passive and getting caught too much. That's what he said in his interview. So I can see it all happening right in front of me. Look at where... Is that Vi or Nico? Well, the alarm has been sounded.
The game is up! Oh, he's been detected this... He's too young to have played Splinter Cell, Kobe. He wasn't ready. The Metal Gear Solid blip appeared above his head, and now he's just got to
Bowsen slow, baby. Proxy those waves.
In order to escape,
the only way out is through, Kobe.
Yeah.
Another TP used. Skewmon running, tries to sidestep, knocked back into the wall. The rest of G2 posturing around Baron. He lives a little bit longer. Decent damage on tonight, but not enough to make the difference.
My God, I hope G2 beat GAM tomorrow. GAM G2 is probably going to go to 5 games. But the sacrifice strat, don't forget about the sacrifice strat. Sacrifice G2, Koi gets a better draw.
Ari and the Vi have gotten a bit of work done as the ulti comes out. Skewmon getting the fight started, the TP there, but there's no one to follow up. Decimating smash, Broken Blade able to fashion time. Looking for a 2-man knockup. Flick back on LeBron, trying to turn. He managed to get the back line. Instantly Skewmon goes in and it's Hansam on the side. The Simmer is uncontested. They managed to take him down. It's 1-for-1. Elk throws the arrow back. Broken Blade going back in for another stun, but the team is not there beside him. G2 being zoned away from their own base. Hansama with the spell shield, managing to block a bit of damage. It's On who's going to be taken down, but no, the Mantra W buys him an extra second. Flash out from Hansama, G2 on the retreat, but it's a 3v3. They managed to find a good fight, but it just gets them to even. Skewmon flicked back, waiting to channel out. We'll be okay for now. Still a steady retreat. Knight likely to find the kill here as Skewmon goes back in. The extra shielding not enough, and Kobe, your prediction seems to be correct. Bin will not die, but he will continue to advance, trying not to give G2 any angles to cover or protect their mid-wave.
Stop telling me to sit down.
Of his own.
Oh my god, Bin's gonna bow special EU.
They want to end it here. Ulti goes wide. Charm still connecting. Eyes on Knight. The flick back could be big. Isn't going to hit. Caps 2 charges left. Bin standing in the midst of the towers, threatening to end the base. Counter-strike ready to go. Broken Blade going to lead back. Caps going to go in.
Cancel it.
Bars are getting lower, but G2 need to pull the trigger because it's Hansama who's been caught out. Elk manages to grab the kill. Two low
I mean, those towers are alive. They're alive on my screen.
On the cusp of
They're alive on my screen.
But G2 holding on as best they can. Weaver's Wall there. Zoning. Lebrov away. Skewmon going in under the backline trying to find Elk. The knockup is there from Bin though. Base 1 and Bin. The beefy frontliners to find the mid laner, and Elk is still alive. BLG pushing G2 back. Holding the line in G2's base. And bringing it to match point.
Super solid
Fuck!
up here from BLG.
Oh my god. I think that draft from G2 was really hard to win. They cannot give Varus on 4 like that. With counter pick support. And the enemy team has Sion. Don't worry, Caedrel. Warwick's still open. Easy G2 win.
Because the odds are stacked to you.
G2 won't go down without a fight. Show him. Show him now.
Like, again,
what side are we? Blue side?
So coming into draft
Oh
here,
yeah, talk to me. Yone Ben, like it.
We gotta see Broken Blade.
Let's get the reverse sweep in.
Camille,
what if we
Galio
first pick TF? Azir Ben,
Well,
okay, TF open.
Hard tournament thus far.
Silas Ben is TF first pick.
Taking the Maokai taken again. BLG recognize
they should ban TF here.
Easy access,
but then G2 first pick.
G2 don't want to give them a chance to get the confidence
what?
back or regain here.
They don't ban TF. Just pick it, Caps.
So.
Now we need some kind of big playmaking on 2-3.
Like
I'm thinking Renekton blind. I'm thinking Lee Sin jungle. I'm thinking fucking. Okay, maybe not Lee Sin jungle into Poppy. Or Renekton blind into Poppy. That's an annoying champ.
I feel like it can,
I'm talking fucking
should be okay.
Warwick Nunu.
Yep. It was top. It's the meta before that I'm trying to remember.
Okay, Poppy Rise. Oof, Rise into TF is brutal.
Yeah, that's short range.
Veigar. Veigar into TF. Veigar Poppy. What the fuck? Veigar Poppy. Any Jarvan enjoyers? Mundo into Poppy. Trundle. I like Trundle actually. That's a good pick. What top laner could you pick? Renekton into Poppy sounds annoying, but a Renekton with TF would be lovely. What about Cho'Gath? They just picked Rel into Poppy Flex. Ooh. Now they get the Renekton. Fantastic. Why don't they just drop support? On 4-5 you have like a Bard angle into Poppy Veigar. You have Bard, you have fucking Rel, you have Nautilus, you have...
I mean, we're digging deep into the Knight history.
Rakan, kinda. I think they should have slammed the Renekton. Well, they're gonna pick 80 carry on 4 and flex this Poppy till 5. Even though they see enemy jungle sub. It's top and AD. J-Span says... Okay. Okay, they're banning according to Poppy going jungle. Sure. I mean, in that case, I think Rakan is a solid ban. I think Rakan on 4, Zion on 5 could be a bit annoying to play against with your champs.
Nice to just checking in. You know,
I think they could also do like a Lucian Nami lane. I mean, BB might play Greg as top this game. They might go like Greg as Kai'Sa, but I don't like it. Hansama pick Draven.
Okay.
Pick Draven. Pick Draven. Now. Pick it now. Ew. 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 No. Where's my Draven? You have TF Trundle. Oh my god, they went Olaf top. Ooh, I don't know. I guess the double global with Olaf, I see it, but I like Hansama Draven. Alright, BB's gonna have to carry this because look at the comp. Senna TF Trundle. The damage is on Olaf. This is BB's game to carry. Play safe mid. My Cassiopeia pressing R.
This is really good for invades here.
Blade walking forward. All of BLG moving down.
Did he just get flash caged?
Briefly, not unstoppable yet. Hansama still here. Gold card in, but Broken Blade already down.
Speech out
Did he just get flash caged? Look at that rat bouncing back to lane.
Started Cage.
Yeah, I'm no longer laughing.
Look at him.
I believe he's evil. I believe it.
The madness! It calls to me!
You don't seem to be enjoying this MSI. Bro, I love League of Legends international events. They're my favorite thing. However, there have been certain happenings, especially today. Like, League of Legends international events are like my fucking Christmas. But they go on for a month, which is fantastic. But some things have been going on today. And if you've been here all day, you probably know what those things are. Look at the gold lead. That's the TF passive right there. Caps winning his lane, up in XP, up in gold. And he's even in the gold lead. Think about this. Caps is down 300 gold from level 1. But now he's up 100. That's a 400 gold swing in mid in 4 minutes. That's 100 gold a minute difference. Tax evasion TF with his passive.
But just wanted to see maybe
okay, now shut the fuck up and lock the fuck in.
Right now mean that you're not gonna
G2 will win this game.
Because your second camps are coming up. So
I'm not even capping. Like, this game is good. I see it. Like, I see it. I really do see it. Something about this game has aura for G2.
Really need to see G2
if you can't see it, just say it.
Right, this is the first
I can see it, so I'll tell you that I see it. You know what I'm saying?
So many winning lanes, so many lanes that can get pushed.
It's there.
On
you just have to look closely.
You mentioned the
closely.
This is not a champion.
I'm not seeing things or hallucinating. I promise.
So far, even with the Souls nerf,
oh yeah,
Skewmond.
Nice, nice.
Because he had the option to go continue his second clear up to
Caps,
second
blue card,
already available.
Q's the wave.
And he was going to be quicker.
Ooh, that Veigar skin, is it pay to lose? The Veigar W is quite easy to see.
Could really start to spam.
And getting that kill, quite big.
And if the Olaf
there is a
low,
poppy in that bush.
Very nice to have the Veigar with the go.
Nice pillar. Nice stun. Labrov, nice. Right click. Good. That pillar. Every time I see that pillar, I'm really suspect. That pillar.
Now the all-in top side. Ulti for ulti traded. Bin immediately backs
that pillar looks. It just looks a little.
And overall, this is the kind
strange.
of trade that does favor Bin. Broken Blade doesn't keep any advantage after the ult fades to heal back up.
Hey, hey, hey,
trade again.
Hey.
Still here. Twisted Fate.
Oh my god, we're TF ulting bot. Oh my god, we just TF ulted bot. And we're gonna die top. It's cooked. It's cooked. I don't want to look.
The cleanse from Elk just allows him to walk that little bit extra away as Broken Blade very intelligently are walking into the wave. Poppyalt goes out. It's gonna knock back to support. Now it's Broken Blade ghosting away. Knight on the way down. They know that he cannot go unstoppable. Bin flashing in. Broken Blade trying desperately to get back to the tower. The Senna shield. It's too little, too late as BLG find their man.
Again, wait a second, bot side.
Caps! Caps! That's my man right there!
Game 2. Oh, that was
Caps, you're getting TP'd up!
In the end, though, he's finishing up the minion wave as the teleport is coming through. Teleport finishes.
It's on the way in.
He's up,
unsealed spellbook.
Ring around the rosy.
Ring around the rosy. We might see Gleaming Quill kill a man, which I never thought would be a thing, but Skewmond is there, ready to buy.
And he's out.
Caps makes it out.
And he's out.
Nice
beautiful.
Done from Caps.
Hey, I told you, this game is won.
That G2 definitely needed that, because remember the heart of their comp that we talk about, this Olaf at the end that they lock in, that has the opportunity to later on run through the entire team. It's just been focused down, and now
Beishwan knock up there. LeBron
into the pillar, into the flash. No flash, Beishwan.
Get the ulti,
no
the
flash.
Ignite is ticking. But it's
get the grubbies, get the grubbies.
And I think
does Caps get dove in bot?
This game, it's clean. You flash over the wall. You
wait,
make
BB
it look
died
good.
twice?
The team is there to back you up. And
I need this Olaf to be a bit stronger. Can we glaze Europe a bit?
With these early kills,
we're up 200 gold. I got a
Could
snack in the fridge. If G2 win this game, I'm going to eat it. So that means if G2 wins, I get food.
Of course,
I need a G2 win now. The worst part for EU fans is that even if G2 lose and you're like, oh, it's okay, I'll watch them play versus Gam. You won't. Their series starts at 2 AM against Gam tomorrow. You're fucked. What do you mean, go to sleep? Can't you see I'm busy? What are you, my mum? Yeah, fuck him up. That pillar, it does look weird, right? They knew what they were doing with that pillar. That's a funny looking water bottle. That's what I'm saying.
Maniacal because we have the static shift, so every center player.
Oh, Lebrov movement straight into the cage.
Accidentally hits the side of the cage though. Maybe not ideal. So
Survives though.
But they get the ignite. But Lebrov
Me sneezing
really
is like the LLO mode. Caps
There it
has
though,
Roa.
800
gold lead to G2. Mod screenshot it now.
as well.
I have a feeling G2's got this game. Like
will be that much harder to lock
I
down.
can-
You've seen Lebrov has been able to catch
It
him out.
smells
many
like
times,
fragrant,
but just
like a
really could not finish the kill
G2
just
win.
because of how slippery that champion is. And additional
The game looks stable. I like stability. I do. I do like stability. They have 3 cleanses. Look at them on the bottom right.
Extra AP, so
3
Look at all
cleanses.
these
Was?
cleanses with the spellbooks over too. Wait a second.
Caps.
Caps caught out. Elk looking to follow up. All the stacks together. Beishwan, nice angle. Flash over the wall, but it's gold card. Quick cleanse to come through.
Yeah, no flash,
That's
no
the
cleanse,
beat
no flash on Poppy.
for the side of BLG.
I'd say that's not too bad.
From the Chaos.
You might say, Caedrel, you're delusional. Why are you being so biased to
They're
EU?
cleansed,
Well,
they're cleansed up.
As you said,
Herald's
they
up in
got so many
10.
outs.
They are not
Cloud
interested
Drake's
in
up
being
in
dirty
40,
this game. They want
Caps up in
clean-
20 with ult,
Clean game.
and they have no ult flashes
Nice.
now.
Scuban
So,
is coming
good luck
over
versus
for
them
the
in the next
defense.
fight when
This
Rel
is
Q
a bit
flashes the
scattered from the
Kai'Sa
side
and
of
one-shots
G2
her.
though.
Just don't get
Around
caught
this
before
Herald.
Caps respawns.
Real
Here he
angle
comes.
in.
Now,
Lebrov does
you
have
win
all
the
of his
long
cooldowns
term with
alongside
Caps
the
dying and not
locket,
having
so he
flash.
can block a lot
We
of
will
that
win the
upfront
short
damage. We
term.
did just see
How
Beishwan
is the
and
Brov
Elk
level
both
6?
use
Can someone
ultis.
get that man some experience? Oh yeah, Broken Blade.
Blade gonna go all in again the second that axe connects. Bin level 11, but he's not
Oh,
too concerned. Caps on the way down. Gold card over. Beishwan finally coming in. Senna ulti over the top. Bin trying to hold on. Knockback from Beishwan is big. And Broken Blade goes down. The play again turns against them. Bin is still standing. Dominus doing so.
We have 2 globals for our Olaf to carry side lane. We used both of them, and we didn't even get the enemy top flash.
Twisted Fate and the Senna ultimate used.
It's not enough to sustain. The charm lands on Lebrov and down. Yep,
It's
was
so
helping them
cooked.
hold on to that goal.
The stability is no longer stable.
Huge stuff there. So nicely played.
The
by
stability
Bin.
is not stabilizing.
And
The ulti
Oh, I
expires.
think Bean can... I don't
Bin
know.
continued.
fun stuff too.
G2
like
didn't
Deadman's
get the
Blade
bot tier
stuff
too.
sometimes they get.
Oh my god.
Okay, G-Gar is
Please
getting
get this bot
solo
tier too.
tower gold with the is
Nice, it
not gonna
died.
get another
Worth.
charge off, but
What
this
happens
is
if
gonna be
Veigar
richer.
TP's in? Does the tower
TP
die?
on the
No,
way.
it doesn't.
G2 kind of want to finish this tower. One more auto might do with the grubs. Caps
Yes, it
arriving.
does.
Good
Knight, no
CC,
flash.
but Knight is untouched.
Caps,
The
big
cage
stun.
goes down, locking up multiple members of G2.
Nice.
Blade unstoppable.
Nice.
Can't
Okay.
get in range. So G2
Oh,
grabs the
yes!
tower, getting the TP. Will be eliminated. Winner will be our second to qualify. But BLG on that road to locking
Has
in the
Ghost,
first seed
has
out of
Flash.
Playins. Is now Caps knocked into the sky.
Has
BLG
4 people on
immediately
top of him.
descending the Kai'Sa. So
Has
easy
4 people
to
on top of him.
follow up. And it's, you know, something we talk about for years.
I don't
Do you have
see the
anything
way
positive about
in which
this game?
G2 do get enough money
Um,
onto this Olaf
I mean,
for them to really function. You know, when
I
they
mean, they
when
got 2 kills.
drafted in.
I think
Doesn't
we are the
want to immediately
CEOs
ulti, but
of
it
getting
does
caught
cost
on
Caps
side
his to
lane.
try and support.
Up by Otacon now. Look at Beishwan is going through mid lane. He showed himself
what
on
a
the tower.
play.
He's behind.
Has he been caught out? Nice steadfast presence to block the
No
immediate
flash on
fall.
Poopy.
Elk still here, on the way, and keep your eyes on that Rakan. As
Oh
Beishwan
my
gets
god, the
lower
Senna
and
ult.
lower. Just a little bit of healing coming in for the Gleaming Quill will keep him alive.
They can try and poke stop
Nice
his recall.
cancel.
Deadman's means a quick on life. This buys them so much
Yes,
more
that
time
is
to get
big.
their items.
Yeah.
BLG still posturing. They love looking for these exit kills around objectives. But as long as G2 don't
No
fumble, there's
cleanse,
not a lot to
Kai'Sa.
look for
Big.
here in Caps.
Not
Able
bad.
to find the stun on Elk
Not
means an
bad.
easy cleanse.
But what about
And
Atakan?
remember,
Exact
they
same
do
game
have
state as
stacking.
game
They've
1.
got their Senna
What if they
stacking
rush
up here
Atakan?
for
Hello?
G2.
Hello?
As you
Baby, I'm playing on you
All right,
tonight.
well,
Guys, if we win this
Hansama
game, we
on
can play
mid-wave.
Warwick in game 4. Thoughts?
Hansama.
Well, the game's not lost yet, right?
Does have a bit of.
I
also,
do
of
think
course, remember we are building
if they
towards
can get a
the
stun
Olaf,
card
so
onto
trying to
Poppy
shred
with a
armor
Rel
for Olaf
Q and a
Trundle.
Trundled, and they can just
it's
hit
really
them with
bad news
Olaf.
for G2 though, because
Poppy
Knight's
is just
going
gonna
for
instantly
not more
die.
damage, he doesn't need
Or
it. He's
Renekton,
going for
whoever.
Shroud.
Yeah, so,
They just need to get that one target, their whole comp works on the first target.
Speed up the team.
TF Senna
Those
Trundle
utility
Olaf,
buys
it works
for
on the
Veigar
first
are
target to kill.
very popular.
But the
And
first
Also-
target's gonna get
also
Mikhail's,
really like
and then
when
we're just gonna get
Caps
outplayed.
into the build. Caps is kind of hovering there with Twisted Fate Ultimate ready, so this.
Oh my god, he's gonna die contesting a red buff. Oh my god, what are we doing contesting red buff like that? Really?
And down goes Hansama.
Great angle
Oh,
from on
God.
there.
Rob doesn't make it over the wall.
Yeah, he was toast no matter. He was toast no matter what. On C's.
We
this
have no
Senna,
summoners,
hey, like, you
just-
have no flash, buddy. You are in the wrong jungle. Takes him down. They're going for Bin though. Try and get a counter
Bin's
kill for
just gonna
G2.
press E,
You want
isn't
blast
he?
code going back. Been exhausted. The pillar trying to prevent the escape, but Knight is here. The cage goes down. Broken Blade using the ult. He wants to go face first into Knight, but Knight does a hell of a lot of damage. The Olaf!
This is such a tough watch.
He's not powerful enough to survive.
My God.
Too far. Baron power
Whoa, it just feels like...
It feels like the writing is on the wall. G2.
The level difference is just...
Yeah. They bet. I respect that they doubled
like, I
down.
thought
Even
G2
when
would get
players were
3-0'd,
struggling,
but
they
this
brought out
just
picks
looks
the
like...
Olaf, but it has not paid off. Caps fishing for picks, though. Has the rapid fire cannon.
Cap right
Koi
there.
really need to save us this tournament.
That is going to be some powerful magic.
Koi need to save us.
Got one in it.
Jojo Pyun, I never thought I'd say this, but I need you to save Europe. I need Jojo Pyun to carry the European flag in this tournament.
I think for fire cannon there.
Yeah, it does feel like G2 lost their aura a bit. Like the previous rosters, it felt like their ceiling was really high. And that was the difference. I feel like you could look at them and say,
Cage laid out.
Their ceiling is pretty good, even though some games didn't go their way.
A little bit more shielding as Knight flashes
It
away
felt
from
like
the
they had
Olaf,
that
just refuses
spirit
to
of
give them even
aura
an
of,
inch. Skewmon will fall
they can
as
hit a
well.
ceiling suddenly in a best of series,
BLG, the
and
push back into the wall. Caps ready with the cleanse.
this
Click
just...
on the trigger, gold card ready to go. Lock up
Yeah,
there, but
this
there's
just...
no one else from G2
I feel like no matter what goes
available.
right for G2, the game is still
3
kind of
out 5
losable.
dead.
And everything that goes
BLG
wrong
pushing
feels like an
could just look
avalanche
for the
wrong.
end here.
I think they just need to pick themselves up,
hang
go
on.
into tomorrow, beat Gam, and then
Daeshwan, the rest
just
of the team pushing in.
figure
Seems like
out
they don't wanna risk.
whatever
are
they
gonna
can
back
figure
away,
out.
But
G leaving no
But I
doubt
think
this time
beating
around.
Gam
No,
is
and
going to be
more than
really
anything,
hard.
Feels like they want to savor the moment.
Yeah.
They have
You go
24
sit
hours
in
to
your
prepare for
rebel
Gam,
of
Take
the
your time.
base.
and Gam looks fucking
They're ready.
dangerous,
a
man.
few more minutes of gameplay here in the upper bracket.
The
before we
weakest
send you
part
down.
of Gam
Veggies,
is mid
okay.
lane.
Gam.
Caps needs to fucking step up
Veggies, Soul
and
Stealer,
gap the fuck out of
upgrade
Gam's
for
mid
Knight.
laners.
He loves building Veggies.
Like, if Gam had a
Let's get it. He's
solid
like,
mid
you know what?
laner,
We're gonna
I
win
actually
this game
think they
before I
would
get my
fry
death cap,
G2.
so
I want more stats.
But because their mid laners are pretty bad,
See if LeBravo
that's
Blyden
their
does
biggest
manage to
gap.
make it
Like,
out. He's so
Furia
fast.
almost beat
Elk's
Gam
going in
because of the mid
anyway.
lane diff.
Good pillar to interrupt from Skewmon. Elk taking a lot of damage back. Gold card still hitting, but has the Seekers.
Caps needs to gap the
Beishwan
fuck
off
out
to
of
the side.
tomorrow.
Skewmon looking to bot.
Just wrap
And
it
it
up.
has
It's
just
it's an 11k gold lead. Just
Such a difficult
put us
final
out of
game
misery.
here for G2.
behind him and he pops
The
his ult.
G2
He's like,
aura is gone,
"Run,
man."
run."
Strong, Kobe. That's
Well,
not
the
enough
tournament's gonna bang from this point
in
onwards,
the
really.
world of League of Legends
Like
to stop
G2
this.
Gam, I think will be a banger series,
All right,
and
well,
then the
you gotta
first round
just
best of fives
continue
are
to
all
say,
gonna
"Don't
bang.
worry, boys, we're scaling."
The matchup
That's,
should be fun.
That's the mentality that you have to have in situations like this.
And it's
The
probably
main
what's going
stage
on in
is
the
really where you
comms.
get to see the
At least you hope
meat
so,
of this
'cause
of the
the
teams.
alternative is probably not a lot.
Yeah, don't worry about the enemy scaling, but we are. Okay, teleports come here.
Well,
Bin in the
G2,
bottom river.
farewell.
He's going to go for it.
On the
Pincer.
side. Been looking for the flank.
But
Been
not
cage
for the whole
down
tournament.
Earlier on, finding a nice
And some are
engage.
dead.
G2 trying to hold the line. Caps moving
All
in the
of
back line to
G2
try and
one
take
shot.
out Knight, but it might be too late. Broken Blade living for a little bit longer than expected, but Elk is just too damn strong. Hansama down. Broken Blade down. Knight godlike, and G2 about to be sent to the lower bracket.
They certainly are. They're going to
G2 versus Gam for the final spot at MSI.
Baseone's on the way to set up Knight for another one.
Godlike wasn't enough. For a player like Knight, he had to go
What's
legendary.
worse, G2 or the HUD?
Ben continues the push.
G2 will be
Skewmon
fine
does what he
tomorrow.
can. It's a last desperate hold to clear the way, but it will not be enough. Ben unafraid of towers, certainly unafraid of Trundle. Willing to give up a GA just to go for another kill is BLG. From start to finish, the better team on the day. They have been dominant.
Yeah, way
every
better
stage
team on
of
the day.
play-ins.
Way
And
better.
as the inhibitor respawns, G2 are praying that that is the miracle.
It's a cruel joke. It goes on longer.
Hansama not enough. BLG move on to the main stage.
Okay, BLG to the main stage. Don't think anyone's too shocked by that.
That one was brutal.
That was brutal.
But that trio was
straight
fucking
slaughter.
savage.
One.
I
They're
really
like,
think
you know
G2
what?
could have
All
game
right,
one
we
if
see
they
you
just
with
went.
that, Olaf.
They ended
And
better
the
or they went to
tournament
Baron,
is ruthless.
but regardless,
It's not
those
the
other
old
two
rules
games were
format where maybe
fucking
a few
slams.
days.
There's gonna be a
Get
guy who's
back
gonna wake
to
up
work
tomorrow and be like,
immediately for this
was it worth staying up?
BLG team.
And they're gonna see
For
G2
BLG,
3-0'd and be like,
It
thank
is-
G2
it
got
has
3-0'd
been,
and be like,
it's
thank
been
God I
a-
went to bed.
an